Hey everybody, welcome back. This is Corbin Dauster. Today we're going to be watching this video. Hasan is completely effed now. Apparently, he's been... I don't know if you've been keeping up on the Hasan drama, but basically, he got absolutely dominated like a little bitch boy by Ethan Klein in a debate that took about 5 hours, where he lied and whinged the entire time and even crashed out completely, yelling that Ethan Klein is a racist. And since then, he's just been going downhill further and further and further and further. Just constantly glazing terrorists like crazy. I am one of about 1,000 people who is constantly making videos on this guy, but I just can't stand him. So I'm sure this is going to be good for me. It'll be good for you. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe and keep your eyes out for new content being posted often. In the description below, you'll find links to my Instagram and TikTok page for the short Corbin's Briefs. And there you go. That's that. Let's get into it.
The biggest clown show on YouTube. In today's video, Hasan has joined the riots in LA, California, and is supporting terrorism again. Absolutely nobody is surprised. He's also called out Asmongold to join him on the streets. Asmongold responded saying that he should probably be arrested. They also have a bunch of back and forth. We're gonna look at a bunch of idiotic Hasan clips and also take a deeper look into what's going on in LA. So basically some quick context if you didn't know, there's a situation in Los Angeles right.
Did bro really ask Hasan or Asmon to come out to a fucking riot with him? That is so crazy. That is so completely unhinged. This guy drives me nuts. I cannot believe that there's somebody as stupid as him on this planet.
Right now that looks a lot like GTA 6. Basically, Trump was arresting and deporting a bunch of people who entered the country illegally. Turns out there's actually a lot of them, and this is obviously different from immigrants who came legally and waited for their visa, waiting in line, and came through based on certain qualifications. He's basically going and arresting people who broke the law. So essentially, a bunch of people are protesting these arrests, trying to keep these people in America, but the protests have turned into full-blown riots, with people throwing bricks, lighting cars on fire, vandalizing property, and causing massive destruction to not only the cops, but also civilians and the city itself. So Trump is now sending the National Guard to quell the riots. So let's start with
As he should. As he should. You're not allowed to just burn down property, set cars on fire. You're just not allowed. You're not allowed to do that. It's not an allowed thing, actually, in the U.S. You're not supposed to. You're allowed to peacefully protest, but you're not allowed to block roadways. You're not allowed to prevent people from getting to work. You're not allowed to set shit on fire. You're not allowed to loot buildings. You're not allowed to throw bricks at police officers. And you're not allowed to obstruct official federal business. Just period. Really, like, if you've got an issue with it, then you should have voted in a guy who wouldn't have done the thing that you wanted. Or that's happening. Like, this is just insanity.
Gold talking about the riots and how Hasan should be banned for participating. Alrighty, subscribe or you gotta join Hasan Piker in the riots.
Yeah, for real. Subscribe to MorePegasus. He has great videos. I love them so much.
It's not peaceful for people to throw rocks or bottles. That's not peaceful.
So
there you go.
It's not peaceful. Even she says that. I think.
You know why she said this? I happen to know this. You know why she said this? Let me show you. I'm going to show you something. This is pretty neat. Let me pull it up really quick. Hold on. This is why. So, until this came out, okay? This is why, okay? They're grifters. They're politicians. Let's not forget, these are politicians we're talking about. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't give a fuck about your city. They will make excuses. They will let everything get set on fire. They will let your neighbors who are cops get hit with bricks. They will destroy public property. They will destroy your businesses as long as it suits them. But then The moment that this polling comes out, now all of a sudden we're changing our mind. And I think the most recent polling is actually 58%. It's got dropped a little bit, but it's still the vast majority of people. Okay, so this is why she said that, because it wasn't even 72 hours ago this same woman was calling for more peaceful protests and saying, oh, well, this is Trump's fault for deporting people when he shouldn't have been. It's like, what do you mean? What do you mean? They're illegal!
It's pretty impressive that they managed to blame the fact that all of their citizens are totally fucking schizoing out, setting cars on fire. They're trying to blame that on Donald Trump. And the fact is that none of these people are ever being held accountable. This is a person who's like getting inside of the car. Like literally, like you're looking at burning cars. Hasan almost got banned for filming a crime.
God, I just need to, I'm sorry, I need to interrupt. Why is Asmongold so much more handsome now than he was like a few months ago? Am I like tripping here? Like he's looking way better. Let me find, I gotta find it. Like, come on, guys. Like, what? Like, he just, I don't know. Like, this Asmongold, very handsome. What's going on here, though? I mean, I've got hair issues. Why is this blurred out? But still, like, this is just, I don't know. Am I wrong? Like, he looks right out. He looks like a meth addict in this picture here. But right here, oops. Right here, he's looking great. He's looking very good, very handsome. I think that taking the red pill has really made him more attractive, you know? I think that's probably what it is.
I mean, realistically, Hasan getting on the highway like that should get him banned. It's not even a question. It's very cleanly and plainly stated in terms of service that if you commit a crime and you're breaking the law on stream, you should get banned. It's explicitly against the terms of service. All right, so
okay, but you know what else is against the terms of service? Supporting terrorists for Twitch. I'm not going to ever be on Twitch. It's not happening. I won't be ever streaming there, and it's because of their moderation policies and a bunch of other stuff, and we're actually going to be getting into a video on that later. But, you know, the problem is really that they love Hasan. They've got his cock so deep down their throat that they're actually not able to prevent themselves from allowing him to commit crimes live on stream. So it's really actually very simple.
I want you guys to see this immigrant-run Salvadoran restaurant that helps sheriff's deputies with tear gas in their eyes.
I have this. I have this one. Let's watch it. Let's go over here. I think it's this one here. Oh, no, it's not this one. Yeah, it is that one. Yeah. People got mad at me because I made a joke. Whatever. It is. You know, this is supposed to be like a uniting thing, right? This guy got tear gassed. These people are helping him out. This is all good stuff. This is good stuff. We want to see more of this, more support for people who are trying to uphold the laws. I made a little joke. I said it's inspiring and all, but did anyone check their papers? And they didn't like it. He called me a narcissistic idiot. But you know, it is what it is. No big deal. These people, I think, who says this? I think Tectone says this, but they think that they're right just because they get more likes. You know, it is what it is. But anyway, we have this clip.
Dichotomy. Oh, it is the rest of the normal people that want to be able to live their life and run a restaurant in America and pursue the American dream.
Right, that's pretty well said. This is obviously not a race issue. This is not an immigrant versus non-immigrant issue. This is people breaking the law versus law-abiding citizens. This is violent people committing crimes, literally setting cars on fire, endangering regular people. And obviously people like Hasan are actually out there supporting violence, supporting terrorism, and trying to make this a race issue, trying to divide people based on nothing but propaganda. Now, it turns out Hasan even admitted that this protest.
Did you guys see that, or am I tripping? Hold on. Look at this. Piggy
but propaganda. Now,
A-cab.
it turns out Hasan even admitted that this protest is
Motherfuckers,
full of
dude.
his
Just
fans.
the worst
Hasan says
people.
that half the people at the protest he attended in LA were his fans. No wonder there's so many federal agents in my chat.
No wonder there's so many federal agents in my fucking chat, dude.
Yeah, it's because you're raising up a fucking mutinous army of scabs to try to take over the government and instill you as the new fucking leader. This is what communists do. That's all you care about, is becoming the new leader of the communist movement that takes over America. This is, you're calling for revolution, you want terrorists, you want violence, you want more people to die, all so that you can claim more power and what, add another 7 rooms onto your fucking Palisade mansion? You piece of shit.
It's like, half of the protest is Hasan Piker.
But been watching you for years. Love you. Can I take a picture of you?
Of course. Nice to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you.
Right, so he's admitting that his
I love this. Let me get a picture with you, but he's wearing a fucking mask. It's like, what's such a shit picture.
own fans are rioters and criminals and violent extremists. You
And terrorists, don't forget. Also terrorists.
actually can't make this shit up. Dude, there's literally a giant fire behind him with this cloud of smoke. I don't know what exactly is burning. I'm hoping that's a car and not a building. Both are pretty bad, but one is worse, obviously. Like, Hasan is out here openly admitting that he is basically leading to this. He's the one radicalizing these people. These are literally his fans. Half these people are his fans. He's admitted it. How is he not banned for streaming this? This will be used against him in court someday. I wonder if Hasan...
God, I hope so. God, I hope it is. I pray each day that this guy sees jail time for all the shit he's been doing.
started that fire behind him. Wouldn't put it past him. This is a good way to speedrun a long prison sentence. Oh, wow, so that's why his viewer count has been low. This guy's regarded for saying this. Expect the ADL to bring this up again. He's always like, why are they complaining about me on media? Why are these slop tubers talking about me? Dude, you're literally supporting terrorist actions.
Oh, I think I'm a slop tuber now. Oh, shit. Okay, well.
Did you get that on camera? It's just Hasan, like, soy facing.
Oh, I had a good one for this, too. Hold on. This one was great. Let's see. Here we go. Thank you, Brock. Appreciate it.
I did a protest. Look at me. I'm just eating some ice cream, guys. I'm a worker for the people. And he's obviously not gonna put himself right next to the danger. He wants to be as safe as possible while getting all the brownie points. So it turns out Asman is still living rent-free in Hasan's head. He calls him out even at the protest.
Bro, he's out there. He's out there talking about me.
Hopefully one day we'll see the largest political commentator, Asmongold, out here in the streets, you know, for protesting, for, I don't know, making...
Okay, sure. I'll go with the National Guard to arrest everybody who's standing in the highway. Yeah, I think
Based. Based. Hell yeah.
By the way, before some people spaz out, this is literally what the mayor said.
That's not peaceful, what was happening. It's not peaceful for people to be on the highways. It's not peaceful for people to throw rocks. That's not peaceful.
And now this genius is also calling out Bernie Sanders after he said these protests were counterproductive.
There's a reason why people liked Bernie Sanders, you know. I was always dubious of him, but there's a reason why.
But they're putting themselves in harm's way and potentially setting themselves up for a criminal future. I talked to the DA just a couple of minutes ago. The DA will file felony charges on individuals and also the potential for federal charges.
Listen, I don't think anybody has a problem with peaceful protest. Like, if you're just out there marching and letting your voice be heard, I don't really see much of a problem, right?
Yeah, if this guy was the one who was there, that would be pretty cool. That'd be great. I'd be all in. But it's not. It's not this guy. It's fucking this guy. This is the guy. It's this one right here. And these people with masks and fucking, I mean, wait for the Molotov cocktails. I'm sure they're coming.
You're entitled to do that. But if you're out there burning cars, literally vandalizing property, causing destruction, harming civilians, of course there's gonna be a problem. And of course Hasan is on the side of the violent rioters. Can any Hasan fan tell me what purpose does lighting things on fire serve? What purpose does burning cars serve? You're literally just giving the cops more reason to actually go and arrest you because you're committing crimes.
I can't get the fucking dumbass take that Asmongold had out of my mind. It was the stupidest.
Oh God, bro, it's always about.
At least he admits it, bro. At least he admits that he can't get him out of his mind. I mean, I'm honestly the same with Hasan. I can't get him out of my mind. I want him to suffer for the things he's done and said, like, you know, prison-wise, like, not, you know what I mean, legally suffer, I should say.
About me. Which one?
Being like, oh, if you ever see protests where there's other countries' flags being waved, you know you're in America. It's like, yeah, dumbass, it's a diverse country.
If it's a diverse country, wouldn't you expect to see more American flags, though? Because, like, I mean, to be fair, at least there's one of them right there.
Also, not much to feel proud about right here. This endless police militarization.
You wouldn't need the militarization. You didn't have people throwing rocks at them. You have to remember bricks of peace, gentlemen.
There is no point in bossing say, guys. It's mostly peaceful protests, actually. Now, I've been saying this for 37 videos now. Hasan is radicalizing people to the extreme, supporting violence.
Well, I mean, that's his intent. That's what he's trying to do. And Twitch agrees. That's why they're letting him do it, okay? I don't know why we're still pretending like there's something we can save about Twitch, right? Like, this little guy right here is purposefully trying to get more people just like Hasan to exist. Otherwise, they would ban him. They would ban him for the things he does and says. But they don't. They play footsie with them, and they ban people like Tectone for calling women who are whores, frankly.
And he needs to be stopped. I don't care if it takes 100 episodes. We're gonna show everybody, piece by piece, what a fraud, lying piece of shit this guy is. And the real damage he's actually doing to people. Hasan acts more like an obsessed ex-girlfriend than he does a man.
This is why I'm getting involved, because I need to, this guy has inspired me to become a resistance force against him and his beliefs.
And Hasan is how's it called, the Raider syndrome? Peaceful bricks, oh my god. Bricks of peace, fires of healing. Throwing rocks off an overpass should be an attempted murder charge. It literally is, though. It literally is.
Yeah.
Now, remember that journalist that always glazes Hasan, Taylor Lorenz? Well, she actually showed up to the protest to meet Hasan.
Hi, Taylor. What are you doing?
Hi.
Watch out.
Good to see you guys. Hi, everyone.
Taylor's here.
I'm here with some other journalists. I'm actually on my way to go meet them.
God, just fucking blow him already so you can move on with your life, you sick fuck. Ah, man.
What are you guys doing?
Sergio just got here. He got shot with one of those pepper things in the chest. So
I'm grabbing a drink.
He's coming back.
Yeah, they are.
I'm pulling a Hasan and I'm grabbing my drink.
Be careful. I feel like it's not gonna get really crazy until dark, like later.
These are the journalists that Hasan points you to. He's like, oh yeah, these are the objective, very neutral journalists here. Literally all a bunch of Hasan Sims, man. How pathetic. Also, you know that you're in the right when you need to hide your face. I don't even...
Very good journalists on both sides. Both sides are very good journalists.
Know why Hasan is doing that. Like, everybody knows who he is. The cops are not gonna be like, well, it seems I can't identify this man.
My hair.
Bro, this guy is the fucking worst.
Anyway.
I will give Hasan some credit here that he did actually go down there. Granted, it's literally all his fans who would apparently just take a bullet for him because they're so integrated into the cult. But at least he went on the ground, as he says. There is a 0.001% chance that he does get shot, so he is actually risking something here. But I do think Hasan is conveniently far enough away.
Oh no. Not that.
From any danger, so he's positioned perfectly so that he will get all the accolades for actually going down there, but at the same time he's far enough away that he's not going to get damaged in any meaningful way, right? So for example, Hasan is not going to be standing next to a burning car. Now if he actually does that, okay, then he's actually legitimately insane. He's not just stupid but dangerously stupid. Now apparently one of his fans
Yeah, I don't see him doing that. The guy's a pussy, right? Like, he just won't do that. He will only do things that keep him safe and protected in his little bubble. That's why he rarely leaves his mansion. It's why he declined going to report on-the-ground journalism with Hamas. I think it's also partly because he knows full well what they would do to him. You know, or maybe not. They've got a pretty decent PR team, right? And, he would know. He was glazing them. Even though they were actually terrorists disguised as, journalists, but whatever.
Went up to him.
Personal friends of his, he said.
Severely dramatized the story of getting pelted with like a paintball gun or something.
Show you this. I'm trying to show anyone who can get it out. I had the Palestinian flag with the Shahada on it, and they purposely
Shot you in the arm?
yes, they
Like, what are you doing, dude? What are you doing? Come on. What are you doing? I can hear from your voice that you're the whitest person on fucking Earth, okay? You're over here copying Hijabba the Hutt, of all people? Really?
said get the girl with the tan backpack. My comrade overheard.
Wait.
My
Did you just say
comrade?
comrade?
Oh my god.
That's like a communist thing, no? Dude,
Yeah,
average
it
Hasan
is.
fan. Now you can literally see the bruise. It's like the tiniest shit ever, which is kind of bound to happen if you're out there rioting.
Yeah, honestly, it looks like she got like a belt like bound up on her skin or something. It didn't even look like a pellet shot. Like there's a guy. Hold on, let me see if I can find it, and then I'll put it up on screen here. Hold on. There's a guy walking around over here. Here we go. This guy right here. Those are pepper balls. These are actual, wounds. But that wasn't shit, dude. What is she on about? Here, let me put this back. Hold on a second. I gotta remember how to work the computer here. Come on. That's not what I want. Why are you doing this to me? Okay, there we go.
In the cop's face, right? And she tries to make it so much more than it is. Like, I might be fractured. Thank God I still have my legs.
There's the tan backpack, and they shot me point blank, direct.
Have you seen a field medic?
Yeah.
A
and I
field
hope-
medic.
I think it might be fractured or
They
something.
see, this is why they were looting all of the medicinal marijuana buildings. They needed them for the field medics, It's a pain reliever.
Great commentary, Hasan. Even he knew that she was completely bullshitting. He's just like, yeah, that's crazy, man. A friend tells you some like made up story, and you're like, that's crazy, bro.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, that's crazy. I love it when people lie to my face, like with the most ridiculous lies. Like I don't know that they're lying.
Literally said, thanks for letting me show you that, like on the stream and stuff, right? Obviously, nobody actually grievously injured actually says that shit. She just wanted to be on your goddamn stream and dramatize the story like, oh, they shot me point blank. Dude.
Yeah, this will make us look good on the news. That's what she was thinking. Everything is about the movement. It's about the revolution. It's never about the actual issue. It's always about the revolution.
They clearly didn't want to harm you. That barely did anything. I get more injured playing table tennis when I hit the edge of the table. Her acting like a...
Wait, MorePegasus is a table tennis enjoyer? Really?
War survivor, like, thank God I still have my 2 legs, bro. These people are actual, like, revolutionary cosplayers. Anyways, Hasan is losing his mind on Twitter. Asmongold tweets, an easy way to check if a protest is in America is the flags. Are they all of one country? Not America. Are they a random bunch of countries plus pride or identity flags? America. Yeah, can't believe people would wave Mexico flags in flippin' California. A migrant worker, asylum seeker contributes more to this country in a day than this rotting husk will in a life.
Really? They do. They contribute more to violent crime. Yeah, absolutely. They contribute more to non-violent crime. They contribute more to sucking away tax dollars from people who are actually fucking working. They contribute more to lowering wage growth. Here, let me show you something else. Okay? Approximate illegal immigrant population. Okay? 11.7 million. Well, let's assume that that's right, even though that was 2023 and it's probably lower, okay? Or probably higher. So let's do that. Now let's take total population of the United States. 340 million. Okay, now let's get out our handy dandy calculator. All right, and we're gonna go 340, 1, 2, 3 million, okay, and we're gonna divide it, or sorry, not divide it, we're going to do 340, sorry, I'm bad at math, you'll have to forgive me, times, okay, 0.11. Wait, is that right? That's 11%. Now, hold on, we gotta figure this out, give me 1 second, I gotta figure out, how do we do this? We're trying to find it's about 2.5%. Okay, find percentage calculator. Here we go. Okay, we want, what is 2.5% of 340 million? Okay, 2.5% is 850,000. Oh, so it's even worse. Okay, if I have 340, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 11.7, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Oh. 96%. What? That's not right. How is this so fucked up? What is going on here? Hold on. Does anyone know how to do this? I'm so bad at math. This is actually hurting me. Divide the part by the whole and multiply by 100. Okay, so the part would be 11. Okay, 11.7 divided by 340. That's not what I want. There we go. Divided by 340 times 100. 3.4%. Okay, so it's even higher than I thought. 3.4%. If 3.4% of the total population of the United States is illegal immigrants, then that means that your real wages are down by 3.4%. That's what that means. Because competition, supply and demand, jobs work the same way as everything else. If there's too many people for a job, then that means that their value of the job is lower, so that you get paid less. If there is 3.5% of the population that is illegally here, that 3.5% is coming right out of your fucking paycheck. Okay? That's why. That's why it's a problem.
Bro, you both have the same job. You're both streamers. Also, I feel like Hasan has done immense damage to America, just spreading the type of propaganda he does. Also, funny thing, while I was researching this story, every single headline uses the word immigrants or migrants. None of them says illegal. Not a single person actually mentions the fact that they illegally crossed the border and went into the country. That is an important fact. If you're breaking the law, it's completely different from waiting in line and actually following the law and getting a visa. And Hasan uses the same tactic. They basically want you to believe that there is no difference between law-abiding citizens and people who break the law. Hasan continues defending the basically domestic terrorists at this point. People who freak about retaliation to cops at these rallies need to attend one protest, and they'll quickly realize that the agitators are the armed dudes in riot gear, tear gassing thousands of unarmed taxpayers who are paying for the chemicals as well as their salaries and pensions. Just flashback to the burning cars, bruh. Also, half of these illegals are not paying taxes, bro. They ain't doing shit. Now, I
mean, they pay some taxes. They pay some sales taxes and stuff like that. they might have a TIN, which are intended for migrant workers and that sort of thing, but they've been given out to illegal immigrants for some reason. I guess to probably legitimize them. So, I mean, it's all political shit. It's always all political.
People are also hounding XQC over this. XQC and the community have
XQC, local community retard.
Become too fascistic for my liking. I guess having genocide lover losers like Destiny and Asmon as their moral compass turns you into fascist little buh. F XQC. XQC responds, bro saw burning cars and got mad I wasn't
Okay, well, you know, that's pretty
Right, it completely race out him. Now, Hasan tries to call out Asmongold again, but immediately owns himself.
By the way, to understand how far right we have gotten, for the record, back in the day,
for the record,
Pestany said, I don't care, you know, white supremacists need to fucking mow down these, like, stupid black counter protesters. He got fucking banned. He got de-verified. Asmongold
he didn't
can
say
now
that.
Be the largest content creator on the fucking platform and be like, yeah, they deserve it. To be fair, he's talking about the cops in this circumstance. We understand.
I wonder if this person yelling La Cucaracha is talking about this fucking guy right here. The fucking... Oh, yeah, he is, because this is... this is added in the stream here.
Stand them as white supremacist force, but, you know, and not like the non-state actors taking matters in their own hands.
Or maybe it's not.
Oh
I don't
my
know.
God,
I
he
think
just
they are
caught
talking about
himself
him.
Immediately, like, Asmon said the cops should enforce the law. Wow, what a controversial opinion, man. Almost like that's what they're paid to do. Dude, Hasan
Yeah, crazy. Who'd have seen that coming?
is so far left at this point, it's crazy. Bro just loves any form of terrorism, whether it be Hamas, the Houthis, Hezbollah, domestic terrorism, like any form of it, bro. And this guy saying Asmon is far right for saying that people who are burning down the city need to be arrested. What the heck is wrong with you, man? This is
It's like you mean you? You? People like you?
Mental illness. And then in classic Hasan fashion, he plays victim, saying that he's gonna get banned on Twitch.
The results are the same. He will get no...
Bro, did you guys see this guy's come back from his day off on Twitch where he was all, oh, I don't care whether Twitch bans me or not. I'm gonna say what I want to say. It's like, dude, Twitch is like fluffing you up right before your fucking shoot, dude.
No punishments for this. As a matter of fact, I'll probably get fucking banned before he does.
Literally zero sympathy for these kinds of people. He's trying to run away from the police, etc. I don't give a shit. They're psychopaths. Well, there are people. The reason why these people are doing it, I'm off. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, no, you're right. the psychopath is certainly the people that are protesting ICE kidnapping other people. Okay.
Kidnapping. I love it. I love it. It's all emotionally loaded language to make you feel like you're the bad guy. Here's the thing. And here's what, if you agree with me and you don't agree with people like Hasan, whether you're on X or Facebook or any social media, or you meet them in person or whatever, here's what you need to tell them. You need to tell them the one thing that will actually change their mind if they hear it enough from enough people, and it's that they are on the wrong side of history. That's what they need to hear. If they don't hear anything other than that, they will not change their mind, because their cult is telling them that this is the paragon of truth, okay, and wisdom. That's what they're telling them. They are on the right side of history. They're the ones preventing the kidnappings. They're the ones who are stopping the Nazis, right? That's why they need to be told nonstop that they are the ones on the wrong side of history. Do not stop. Drill it into their fucking skulls until they quit the cult.
Okay. Kidnapping their neighbors, kidnapping their community members, and not the fucking Rat King who is covered in his own fucking filth and rot.
I'd rather be the Rat King than the Roach King, Hasan.
Sitting in the comfort of his fucking home, going, yeah, it's perfectly fine to trample over a taxpayer with horses. Yeah, it's based. Yeah.
I pray that one day Hasan is just as afraid to say Corbin on his stream as he is to say Nux Taku. Fucking Hasan, 10,000% fucked. He's been in jail for 200 years.
Yeah,
Piker.
I'm really glad. Disgusting.
Yes, a taxpayer. Brother, they are committing crimes. You're never free to commit crimes, even if you're a legal taxpayer. Also, can this guy stop pretending like Twitch is ever going to ban him? Bro, we all know Dan Clancy is literally under the table right now, sucking you off with the force of a victory bell. He's Venus flytrapping that shit. And whenever Asmon calls for the ban of Hasan, it is for...
Yeah, but he's looking at Twitch thoughts on his phone while he's doing it. You know, that way he comes too.
A legitimate reason. Hasan was literally participating and supporting the riots. That is a perfectly legitimate reason to be banned. Then Hasan says that anybody that hates him only watches edited clips of him out of context.
But there's not a single person out there that actually despises everything I stand for that has consumed my content directly.
I know one. I know 2 or 3 actually. Yeah, I'm watching a react right now, but I have seen your shit, and you are fucking disgusting. There is no amount of context that makes the incredibly horrible things that you've said about human beings acceptable. There is no amount of apologizing that makes it okay to be as communist as you are. You are a terrible person. You're on the wrong side of history, and you will be forgotten in the annals of time as somebody who did everything they could to make people worse off. I hope you remember when you're on your deathbed and there's nobody around you because you were a sex pest playing footsies on Diddy Island in Epstein Town, okay, that you will not be remembered because everyone forgot about the horrible people that tried to destroy our society while they were improving their lives and starting their own families. That's what I pray. I pray that that's your life.
They have consumed my content either indirectly with 17-second increments of clips, or they used to consume my content and they had a severe bout of anger when I said something that they disagreed with, that they internalized heavily. And they could not deal with that back and forth, and then that caused them tremendous resentment. What was once tremendous love and admiration turned into tremendous resentment.
I've only ever hate watched Hasan. Like from the first time I saw it, I was like, "Oh, this fucking communist."
And anger, and now they are super enemies.
Yeah, not
This
a single
dude
person.
is coping.
I mean, I can think of a couple people, not gonna lie. If you believe him, okay, open invitation to everybody.
This
watching.
guy is
If you
coping
ever
so
feel like
hard.
lying or misrepresenting him about anything, please, for the love of God, go to Hasan's channel. You know, go verify the opinions. Go to his stream, watch his content. You know, heaven forbid, maybe drink a couple before you go there.
Yeah,
you know,
real.
get his opinion, watch his 10-hour streams, come back, and then let me know.
Yeah, I've challenged people on this, and I've gotten in arguments on X about it. Like, they're like, "Oh, well, what was the context? Did you watch the whole stream?" And blah, 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 blah. And it's like, okay, well, look, that's all you ever have to say. When I say, yeah, I do know the context, and it was still fucked up, and exactly what I characterized him as saying is exactly what he said. They never come back with a clip showing that the context was actually totally fine. Never. They never do, because they know that they're also bad. They're only saying it to appear as good people because they're afraid. Their only fear is to be on the wrong side of history. That's why you have to really drive that home with these people. It's the only thing that will ever be able to pull them out of this cult mentality. You are on the wrong side of history if you watch and agree with Hasan. You are. You're actively ruining society. Not America, not American society. Society by and large. You're making the world a worse place with your opinions and your beliefs and your words and your actions and your deeds.
What I got wrong, because I'm guaranteeing you, if you survive the ordeal, because watching 10 hours of this guy is grounds for Minecraft jump off a cliff, your opinions will probably not change at all. Turns out I'm literally just showing this guy's own words that make him look horrible, not taken out of context. It is perfectly in context that this guy openly supports terrorists. What does "I support the Houthis 10 toes down" mean, bro?
Yeah.
I believe
It's
what the Houthis
it's in
are
context.
doing is a good thing. 10 toes
down.
Such a narcissistic piece of...
The Houthis, an Iranian-backed militia controlling northern Yemen, have been actively involved in a number of actions, including attacks on Israel and shipping in the Red Sea, solidarity with the Palestinians, disrupting global supply chains, threatening to resume attacks, threatening oil infrastructure, fighting for control of Yemen, potential escalation of conflicts. Oh, forget all this.
The shit moron, bruh. The only way anyone hates me is if they don't watch my content. Of course they
That's
don't.
the woke AI overview.
The only reason this video
that
is
softens the blow of what they've done. Doesn't even mention that they've participated in the genocide.
If it was just Hasan clips, holy shit, we'd die. So anyways, let's just get a better idea of what's actually going on in LA. Shout out to YouTuber Decoy Voice for this coverage.
Love that guy's
unruly
voice.
mobs just took over Los Angeles, as it literally looks like it's been conquered.
It's the least
as the
Asian
protests
voice.
Were essentially encouraged
He
by the
looks
mayor.
like what
More
my
of these
voice,
foreign
like he
forces
looks like he
started to
should
show
sound
up in
like
the
me.
streets, where even the
Like
Fed
my
vehicles
voice should
are
be
under attack.
superimposed on his body.
Actually shattering the windshield and injuring the agent, as this guy in a yellow dirt bike helmet was throwing rocks at not only the marked patrol cars, but any random car driving by. So now the FBI's deputy director is looking for that specific guy, as honestly I see this as a foreign invasion at this point.
These guys haven't seemed like they've really done anything, like Cash and Dan, since they've been in there, but I really pray that they get into all this stuff. They need to start taking this shit down, taking it seriously, charging these people with what they should be charged with. You know, there's rumors that before the end of summer, there's going to be arrests and trials on a lot of these people and politicians and stuff like that. And, well, I'm just going to be really disappointed if there isn't, because this stuff needs to stop. They have to be stopped. They can't be allowed to continue this. This is the fracturing that's going to create a civil war. And if they're too soft on all this stuff, it's going to be a massive problem.
Point. Military-age males flying another country's flag, fighting with our federal agents. So it's good to see the feds finally fight back.
I don't know about you, I'm a Hasan viewer, and this looks pretty peaceful to me. I think we should actually
Subscribe to MorePegasus. For some reason, I got logged out, so I'll do it later, but subscribe.
give them sandwiches and refreshments for their great work for America. Dude, LA is so
and
cool,
Decoy
bro.
Voice.
If any of you are actually living there, my
And
God,
Asmund,
my heart goes
and
out to
Nux,
you, bro. It
and
made me
Tectone.
deal with this
Subscribe
shit.
to all those
It turns
fools.
out the governor of California, Gavin Newsom, has responded. He announced that California will be suing President Trump over the deployment of the National Guard. Gavin Newsom, we are suing Donald Trump. This is a manufactured crisis. He's creating fear and terror.
Yeah, I agree with that. It was manufactured by Gavin Newsom.
Take over a state militia and violate the U.S. Constitution. This dude has the audacity to say it's a manufactured crisis, bro. You can't be serious. Oh my God, what a scumbag piece of shit. Are we sure this guy works for America? That doesn't seem correct.
You guys, if you look carefully, you can actually see the zipper that takes his human skin off and reveals his reptilian form.
Correct. It seems like he wants his own city to crash and burn. What a despicable person, my God. And the fact that the entire media is just constantly lying about this, and you have to get your facts from like slop tubers, is insane.
And then some idiot goes crying online how her kid was affected in the riots. Out of all the people I want arrested.
I love that. You bring your child to a riot. Bring him to a riot, and then you make a video about how somebody hurt your child at the fucking riot you brought them to. Like, where's that meme of the guy putting the stick in his own bicycle tire? It's like the same fucking thing. Except there needs to be another panel of him also blowing up on an IED that he placed afterwards, because she's also gonna catch a charge for a child endangerment for bringing her child there in the fucking first place. And they should. They really should. These people, I would rather that these people had their children in the hands of a loving gay couple than be bringing them to riots, okay? They should have their children taken away from them if you're bringing your child to a violent riot.
I think the so-called mother deserves it the most, as you should know better than to bring your kid to this very volatile situation, unless, at best, you were using them as a prop for your protest, and at worst, you were using them as a shield from repercussions, or at the very worst, you knew this would happen and are just looking for a taxpayer-funded lawsuit.
Dude, people really bring their kids into this, man. How disgusting can you actually be? Like, using your kids to advance some sort of political point has got to be the most disgusting thing you can do. Like, if you're an adult, whatever, be as stupid as you want, but don't harm your kids, man. It just sucks.
They don't care. It's not about that. And they don't give a shit about anything but the revolution. This is why they're scum, roach, bottom feeders. They need to be exiled immediately.
What you saw in Los Angeles yesterday wasn't rioting and destruction, so stop trusting your eyes and just listen to the experts. As CNN shows you vehicles burning.
Peaceful protests, people that are there to protest.
MSNBC
Exile!
watches them skirmish with the feds.
These are peaceful people that want to
Exile!
get their message across. They brought signs, they're out with families in some places.
And even controlled opposition, Fox News says,
there were no problems. At one point, somebody
Exile! Deport! Disavow!
did throw a Molotov cocktail.
as the mostly peaceful people that cause no problems other than throwing a Molotov, with her LAPD releasing a statement saying, the demonstrations across Los Angeles remain peaceful.
Remain peaceful, mostly peaceful, actually. There is no war in Ba Sing Se. Dude, it's so pathetic. They're like trying their best to hide the footage and show the most non-violent parts, but even that is just a Herculean task because just so much of it is openly violent, right? It's just hilarious watching them squirm as their like complete narrative falls apart.
The rioters at best set
Fiery, but mostly peaceful riots.
buildings on fire, then broke apart their own sidewalks to make concrete projectiles.
I think Asmongold was saying, like, it's like rust. They're taking rocks and they're using them to break more rocks to make more rocks to throw at cops. It's a hardcore PvP server.
And as Fox News pointed out, they
Nightmare
made
mode
improvised
difficulty.
incendiary devices that masked men in hoods.
Oh, called it. Called it. Did you see those? Molotov cocktails. That's what those are. Called it.
Incendiary devices that masked men in hoods threw at the local coppers. These idiots actually see themselves as revolutionary freedom fighters, but they're really just live-action role-playing.
Yeah, these are not revolutionaries. They're absolute fucking waste of space humans.
See, this is where I disagree. They are revolutionaries. You need... The people like this are almost there, but they need to stop making excuses for these people and calling them LARPers and all this other stuff. These are revolutionaries. These are revolutionary actions. Like, how much more extreme do you need to be than taking your child to a fucking riot for you to be labeled as what you are? A extremist revolutionary. All you want is to take over the country and institute your quote-unquote communist utopia. These people need to be taken seriously. They're threats to democracy. They're threats to civilized society. They are just a threat to America. Their seditious conspiracies are taking place on the streets of LA and all over the rest of the country. And this is like, you know, they're not doing it intentionally, and it's not like a, hey, go fuck yourself type of thing. But still, they need to take this seriously. These people are not going to stop.
And useless to society, obviously unemployed if they have time to do this shit. Like, can you imagine what kind of person actually has time?
You mean useful idiots is what you mean. They are genuinely revolutionaries. Stop taking them lightly. You need to take these people super duper seriously. Like your life depends on it. They are not to be trifled with. This is not a game. They will kill you if things get brought up to crazy levels enough. They will come after you next. And you'll be like, man, I wish I didn't. I call them LARPers.
Time to go out there and just set cars on fire and stay in these riots all day.
And like clockwork, the looting has begun.
"Oh, comrade, these are for the revolution."
As this small business owner's store has been destroyed.
Yeah, this is about immigration, guys. Let me just rob this.
Yeah, they need this to give to the illegal immigrants who had their benefits cut off by Donald Trump, the Nazi dictator.
Poor bro. No. America's a psyop, bro. This can't be real. We used to have to watch like.
Yeah, I wish they had the clips of the Apple store being robbed. It's like, well, the comrade, we need the communications for the revolution.
Game of Thrones for entertainment. Now we can just watch a live feed of California. That's how much of a clown show it is. Anyways, Asmongold also reacted to the mayor responding to the situation, just downplaying everything.
Well, I just have to say that if you dial back time and go to Friday, if immigration raids had not happened here, we would not have the disorder that went on last night. I will tell you.
What a great concept. We're not going to riot if you just don't enforce the law. Yeah, we're going to riot and destroy things if you make us follow the law.
Yeah, great deal. Basically, you have to let them commit crimes, you know? Let them commit their crimes in peace. Peaceful protest, by the way. Why are you arresting me? I'm just your local Hasan fan. Hasan told me to do this. I watch his stream every day. No.
It's totally normal. See, but, okay, if you're these radical revolutionaries, this has all been happening in your brain slowly over a course of time, right? It's been like, okay, gradually you're more and more and more radicalized, but now you are making and taking steps toward the revolution. Okay, so these people are so wrapped up in all of this thinking that they don't even know who they are anymore. They don't believe anything because all they have to do is have, oh, what would the cult say? And that fills in for whatever beliefs they may have actually held prior. They don't have to reason. They don't have to have logic. It's very easy. So they continue to roll down this road. It's not about them being stupid. It's about them being captured. They're captured. They're prisoners of war to the communist ideology. They need to be liberated.
Oh, I don't have maggots in my brain. Why do you ask?
There was a protest that got a little unruly late at night. It was
a little unruly late at night. Bro, they were lighting cars on fire. This shit was a PvP server. What are you talking about?
Mostly peaceful, actually. As a wise man once said,
actually,
genuine in their actions, but a little bit brain broken.
You know, and speaking of now, there are also, about 500 active duty U.S. Marines over at Camp Pendleton, not too far away, awaiting possible orders to mobilize. Governor Newsom has said.
For what? What do you mean for what?
For what?
To keep these people from burning down your city. You need to understand that the goal of these protests is to terrorize people and to make them afraid of speaking out and pushing back against it. This entire premise that this is about free speech, it's absolutely not.
No, and total horseshit. If it was about free speech, they would be speaking and not launching weapons at people and objects.
Or up to them, you wouldn't be able to say anything. Don't fall for this bullshit.
Yep, that is spot on. Basically, the reason for all of this is to intimidate and silence people. This is the classic Hasan 101 playbook. Harass and bully people until they are silent. And
I think Gad Sad calls it suicidal empathy. I'm pretty sure. I think that's him. It might be someone else, but I think it was him.
Your opinion is the only opinion. But unfortunately, that's obviously not going to work this time around. You aren't in the majority. You're going to get cooked. Luckily, people have come to their senses. Well, you know, most people.
Well, Karen Bass has. This is why, see, they realized after this all started up, new polling numbers came out within the past couple of days, and they realized that they're in the minority. It's like 2 out of 3 people want deportations. So they realize that the jig is up. Okay, we're on the wrong side of history, so now we have to change course.
Well, not the psychos in LA or the Hasan fans, obviously.
I want to share the CBS poll. It shows 54% of Americans approve of the Trump administration's program to deport illegal immigrants. A minority, 46%
That's CBS, guys.
disapprove.
It's got to be bad if you're getting cooked by CNN over this.
Yes.
Even CNN is like, yeah, well, what about the fact that most people agree with this? Police officers are in gear that makes a brick not a deadly weapon anymore.
Oh my God. That can't be real. That can't be real. just know that if in the future you're in my chat saying shit like that, you are not going to be in my chat any longer. Like, are you kidding me? I have a zero tolerance policy for full-blown retardation, okay? Unless it's funny. Unless you're a Clint, you know, like an actual mentally handicapped person who's funny and cute and kind and makes stupid jokes. If you're a Clint, then you're good. But if you're this kind of retarded, I don't want you here. You're not welcome. You're welcome on a small island in the South Pacific where you were exiled to, okay?
Okay. They're also probably wearing bulletproof vests. Does that mean that you can shoot them with a gun?
That's right. He's wearing a helmet, guys. That makes it okay for me to throw a...
Dude, something, I kind of have, like, the feeling that a lot of the chatters that Asmongold gets are actually, like, bots that he's having chat, because it's, like, such the easiest layups ever. The people in his chat are that try to debate with him are so retarded that anybody could win a debate with them, and it just makes him look good. Like, it's like controlled opposition, you know? Like, that's the only way I can feel about it.
Grenade at him. Genius. This guy studied at the Hasan School of Logic. Now click this video or Hasan Piker is elected president.
Oh, shit. Okay, well, we have to watch another video, guys. All right, well, that was my reaction to MorePegasus. Hasan Piker is completely fucked now. It's about the LA riots. I appreciate you sticking it out with me. I know that was a long one. I've got a lot to say, so a lot of times these turn into pretty long videos. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, like, and follow me on my socials. Follow me on Corbin Dauster on X, Corbin Dauster on Kick, Corbin Dauster on YouTube, burping in the middle of my outro. Corbin's Briefs on TikTok and Instagram. On Instagram, it's Corbin's_briefs. All of those links are in the description below, and I am looking forward to seeing you again next time. Bye-bye.